Hey everyone, Model Deer Farmer back with you today. Today, we got a really nice piece of equipment that we're going to be reviewing here on the channel. This is the Fendt Ideal 9T by Spec Cast. Now, this is definitely a very high detail piece of equipment. It looks really good. A couple things here. It is made by Spec Cast, so very high detail. Price range on this is going to be pretty hefty, but like I said, really good detail. 85 to $90. Ag Farm Toys has it for $84.95. Dalton's has it for $90. You may also be able to find these from your Agco dealerships. I know I saw some there at one point, but that's been a couple years ago now. So, I would say that your best bet's probably online. Like I said, a little bit of a hefty price tag on here, but we're gonna take a look at this today. This one does come with both heads. So we'll take a look at the we'll take a look at those first, just to get them out of the way and done and over with. And I dropped it. Well, it's all good. The Fendt Flex Draper here. I don't remember if there's a model number on this. Does not look like it. There's no model number on the Draper head here, so I don't exactly know what model it is, but it is a looks like a 35-foot Flex Draper. Very nice detail here on the reel. You got all the individual tines there, fingers, tines, whatever you want to call them. There, your reel does spin, which is really nice. Got nice detail with the draper belts in there. Very nice detail on the back with the PTO shaft going through there, and all the braces along the whole thing as well. And you even got the detail of the little auger right there coming. It would bring all the crop in there from the draper straight into the feeder house of the combine. As well as, probably my favorite thing about this, we got red little crop dividers. Of course, you're going to have to be very careful with these because they most likely will break pretty easily, but they look really good. They add a nice pop to the head. So I'm really glad that they decided to add those. It's a very nice looking Agco Flex Draper. You don't see very many of them. They don't make very many of them. My Gleaner back there, if you guys have ever seen that, that only came with a corn head. Did not come with a draper head. So this thing looks really nice. Now we'll move on to the corn head here, which is kind of the same corn head as what the Gleaner has that I have, but it is a Fendt 12-row corn head. Again, don't think there's a model number on it, so it is what it is. But you got the black part right there, but then you go into the gray along the whole rest of it. You got the detail of the auger there. The auger doesn't spin, so a little bit of downside there, but you do have very nice painting on this head, like I talked about, the black on the end with the Fendt, as well as the snout points, the white snout covers. Those look really nice. You got the white along each row right there. Very good looking corn head that goes well with the combine here. You got detail along back. You got your little less detail on the back here than the draper, mostly because I think they've used the same tooling for a long time, because that Gleaner corn head over there, it's the same exact corn head as this. That Gleaner one came out in 2015. So I think it's just a little bit older tooling, so they don't have as much detail on the back there, kind of just flat. But it is what it is. So very nice heads that come along with this combine. Now, let's get into the actual combine itself. And now, first thing you notice when you pull off the heads on the combine here, that I am not a fan of. We got such a high detail combine, and then we got just this flat plastic rectangle for the feeder house. No detail there whatsoever. So I'm not a big fan of that. I know that you're only going to see this when you don't have any heads on, but I feel like still they could have put a little bit of detail into that right there. Now, noting this is die-cast, so it is pretty heavy for me picking it up right now. It is a heavy combine. This one does have the tracks. I believe you can get wheels as well. I think they're duals. But so you got your nice tracks there. They move, they roll, as well as they move back and forth like that. They pivot, so really nice tracks there. You got lots of detail with all the painting on the drive wheels there. And then you get your two little bogey wheels there. I would say that these are probably 25, 30-inch tracks on this, would be what that is. So, looking good there. As we're we'll keep looking at the front of the combine here. Looking at the cab, very nice looking cab. They do a pretty good job designing the cabs just on the real combines. But you got your really mean looking lights there that look really good on it. You do have all of your hand railings on the right side access point, as well as the ladder. The ladder also has lots of great detail. You got the handles for that. You got a fire extinguisher back there, so that looks really nice. You got your bottom lights as well. You got the Fendt wording right there. Looking up inside the cab here, that windshield wiper is stuck on there. In the past, I think they've done ones that like actually sort of move. But it is stuck on there. Another thing, it seems like to me that it's a very white, light colored interior compared to what they are. Maybe I'm wrong. It just looks a little bit light, and when you're just looking at the combine, it kind of stands out. So a little bit interesting there, but you do have the gray seats. Really nice detail in there with all the pedals and everything. This is one yet that had the steering wheel. The newer ones that they're making in real life now don't have the steering wheel. You drive it by a joystick. You got the steps here in front of the cab so you can get across. So very nice detail there. You got your mirrors up here along with little tiny itty bitty beacons on there, which look really good. Those are actually to scale compared to some of the ones that Ertl does that are huge. So those look really nice on there, even though you can barely even see them. It is a nice addition to the combine. Looking down the left side here, you got the Ideal wording there, Fendt, and then 9T. You got the two-tone kind of color on here with the black as well as the darker gray. So that looks really nice on there. On the left side here, you do also have the unloading auger, which pivots out. Kind of locks into place almost. Oh, maybe not. I'm not completely sure. It kind of felt like it, but it doesn't look like it. One thing though that I'm not a big fan of on this combine, most of the augers on combines nowadays go up. They like go out and up. This one just goes like straight across, and it kind of looks a little bit weird. So that's maybe something that I think could maybe be changed. You got your spout there on the end. Nice long auger though to fit your bigger heads that you'd be putting on this combine. Looking up into the grain tank, very big grain tank. I will say there's lots of detail in there. You got your auger right there. I believe this would fold in. One thing though that I don't quite know, I believe in the real ones, I think this is on every single combine, that the grain tank should go a lot deeper, because the grain tank kind of just like starts right there. And these combines, these Ideals, have some of the largest grain tanks in the industry. And so I'm pretty sure it sits down like right there in real life, but it sits like right there on this model. So a little bit of downside right there. It's bound to happen. Sometimes it just ends up that way. The Gleaner is kind of like that. The John Deere X9s, if you know what I'm talking about, those should be a lot deeper, but it is what it is. You got your back tires back here. Good looking tires, rubber tires with silver rims. Your back axle does turn, so that's pretty cool. I honestly didn't know that until now. Literally just figured that out, but it is cool. Looking towards the back of the combine here, as you look down this combine, you can definitely tell it's a very narrow combine, and it's kind of interesting because you got the Fendt combines that are very narrow, long and narrow, where the gleaners are more short and fat. So kind of interesting, a little bit of change there. Looking at the back, it does say collector's edition right there. You got all your stuff up here, your air cleaner, radiator fan over there, all the stuff that you need up there. There's some different texture detail along here. You can't really see it as well, but it is there. Looking down here, you got these really nice looking lights. I really like the way those look just on the combine in general. They look really fierce and really nice. You got the Fendt logo right there, and then Ideal down there, along with your SMV triangle. You got your tail lights and back flashers that are sticking out there. Again, very high detail, so you want to be careful with that. As well as this whole rear end pretty much is very, you gotta be very careful with it. This is your spreader back here, so lots of detail down there. You got, I believe that's where it would like spin, maybe. I'm not completely sure on these combines. But and it looks like you almost have like a hitch type thing right there for probably your header trailers then. And with the chaffer here, you got the really nice guard around it. So that adds a really nice look to the combine. I've kind of noticed if you look at the combine from the bottom, you kind of can see some more detail up under there. It's a little bit dark, but you can't quite tell, but it looks really nice. Moving over to the right side of the combine, pretty much the same as the left side of the combine, but you do have your clean grain elevator right there. So you got that detail on there, which looks really nice. I mean, kind of just the same along this side, just there's no auger right there, of course. So looking at the back of the mirrors, you can't quite see it. They're painted silver, so looking good there. The side of the feeder house does have a little bit more detail, still not very much, but you do of course have your area to hook your heads up, so I guess that's all that really matters on there. But a very nice looking combine, very heavy. If we flip this over here, it is all die cast, so definitely a heavy combine here. It looks really nice. Besides the feeder house and the cab, inside the cab looks a little bit, just a little bit light. I mean, I don't know, it doesn't look quite right in there. So definitely, if you are a fan of AGCO stuff, you can go ahead and check this comment out. Like I said, they have ones with tracks like this one, or wheels. They got duals ones as well. This is also just a really nice looking combine in general. Like, you don't even have to be an AGCO fan to like this combine. I'm not really an AGCO fan, but it is a very nice looking combine. Spec Cast did a great job, and I forgot to point out, I think that's a GPS receiver up there on the top of the grain tank. But yeah, like I said, a little bit of a hefty price tag, but if you can work your way around that, it's a very nice looking combine. So I think that's about gonna be it for this one. Actually, I'm trying out a different kind of lighting for this video, so let me know if you like it better than what's kind of been before. Before, it kind of seems like it gets like purple, purplish pinkish in the camera. This looks a little bit better to me, but let me know what you guys think and what you guys like down in the comment section below. But that's gonna be it for this review, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider subscribing to the channel as well as liking the video. It helps out the video a lot. Also, if you're subscribing, make sure you hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload any new videos. If you have any comments or questions or suggestions on what we should review next year on the channel, leave those down in the comment section below. We're trying to hit 400 subscribers by the end of July, so let's try and get that accomplished. But I hope you enjoyed this review. As always, I'll see you in the next one.